When it comes to comedy that has come out in the 2000s and 2010s, it can sometimes feel that the characters are just vehicles for delivering jokes, pushing developmental arcs to the wayside. That isn't saying that there aren't exceptions to these issues with films such as Superbad or The Grand Budapest Hotel, but the person delivering the most consistently well thought out and executed comedies is Edgar Wright. Wright's filmography consists of Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, The World's End, and Baby Driver. Wright has a way of crafting worlds that revolve around the flaws and weaknesses of the character, such as in Shaun of the Dead when Shaun is introduced as a zombie-like human just floating through life, and it takes an apocalypse to get him to take action, going along and becoming a better and better hero. Or how in Hot Fuzz, Nick Angel is a perfectionist who is not able to have an actual relationship due to his perfectionism and love of his job. So he is put into a society that doesn't really care about the rules and learns how to switch off, and through this he is able to learn to connect to people while still using his passion for his job to save the day. I could do this for all of his films. He writes comedies with the characters and their arcs as a jumping off point that the comedy comes from. And I wish more comedies would do that. Literally everything that happens in all of his films is centered around the protagonist, which is such a refreshing thing to see in a modern comedy. Another thing that Wright does is establish his main character's weaknesses through the people around him, such as in Shaun of the Dead with Shaun's two roommates. Ed is lazy and he has no job and basically just sits around all day, while Shaun stands up for him. Ed represents Shaun's apathy and laziness that he will need to overcome throughout the screen time. Then there's Pete. Pete is successful, he has a good job which he takes seriously, and he represents what Shaun should be and could be without being held back by Ed. And again, all of Edgar Wright's films come with this level of depth. His comedy comes from the relatability and flaws of his characters. We can see ourselves and our flaws in every character he brings to life, and that is just one of the many reasons Edgar Wright is amazing.
We are Sex Bob, and we're here to make you think about death and get sad and stuff!